The best part of going to Sluh, I think, is the community that's here. We're always open to each other and always open to growth.
The best part of going to Sluh has to be the brotherhood that you form.
It's a community of faith. It's people coming together.
Where you want to help each other out.
People are just passionate about what they do.
We grow into men for others, but also a man with others.
It's also about letting yourself shine, and when you let yourself shine, you can let other people shine as well.
Go Forth is really about taking this wonderful school at St. Louis University High School that's doing so many good things at such levels of excellence and asking ourselves, what more do we need to be focused on to help create tomorrow's leaders?
Just as Jesus himself missioned us to go forth, the students, the faculty, everyone here is in that mode of going forth.
It's about innovation in our curriculum and different initiatives in STEM, STEAM, or STREAM education. It's about project-based learning, hands-on learning, how we develop programs even further in campus ministry, in retreats, and in service. It's about comprehensive counseling and college placement for our young men. It's about looking at the facility that we have and how that facility could be improved. It's about ensuring affordability for future generations of families. So it's about growing our endowment.
The financial aid program at St. Louis University High School really allows boys of all economic and cultural backgrounds to benefit from this education.
We conduct needs-blind admission and that we don't cap aid.
If it wasn't for financial aid, there's no way I would have been able to come here.
I can't really find the right words other than to say it's given us so much hope and opportunity.
If you're talented and you're interested and you're willing to put in everything that you can, then we'll make sure that there aren't financial obstacles for you.
When I talk to alums, their first impression is that Sluh is just sitting on this vault of cash. And we're really not, and the endowment is so key to our future. But we have about, an endowment in the low 30 millions, and we've got debt about half that. And we need so much more so that we can ensure that affordability.
The Sluh High Business and Entrepreneurship Program is designed to give students a combination of authentic classroom experiences, but also take them directly out into the world where they can interact with people who are doing the businesses that they're interested potentially in joining. One of the great programs we did last year was called the Junior Bills on Wall Street, where we took a group of students to Manhattan to learn exactly how the financial markets work in this country.
You can understand how finance in Manhattan works by reading and taking classes here like we did, but actually making the connection with the people who are doing those things and that they're Sluh High alums and they came from where we come from, that was really cool.
They now feel like they have a much more holistic, but even more nuanced look at what working in capital markets and what working in Manhattan is like.
The guys that are in the robotics club we refer to as robo-bills. It's a group of young men who are just really interested in STEM. They're very interested in mechanical things. They're very interested in programming, whether it's a beverage machine or the next generation of robot or a quadcopter that'll deliver somebody's lunch, whatever it might be. The central core of the Clavius project is where we can send our robo-bills into the community, especially those areas that are underserved, to work with younger students in the middle schools in helping that school get their robotics program off the ground.
I was working with a team that was struggling a lot with how to get their robot to do a certain number of turns in the challenge we were working on, and they were a little stubborn, and I kept pushing them like, guys, let's try this, or hey, what went well here? What could we be doing better? And it was really gratifying when they were finally able to finish it, and they were pretty pleased with themselves, and I was pretty proud of them too.
The boys at St. Louis U High do a tremendous amount of community service work, and being able to provide that resource to the community is important.
And then they stand there as terrific role models for the younger kids. All of this comes back to benefiting the community, and that's really what Jesuit education is all about.
As we move forward in education, it's becoming more and more and more clear that students generating the information themselves, encountering those problems in unique ways that they see, is much more important. So therefore, the small rooms with the neat rows of desks just doesn't serve that purpose any longer.
St. Louis U High curriculum has really been affected in very, very positive ways to move from science as a list of facts to science as process.
God bless the science faculty. They make magic happen up there. That place is in serious need of upgrading, and that became clear to us.
It's beautiful, but it's 91 years old, and it needs some improvements like any building this age does. So we want to keep the facilities up to date so that they can foster learning in today's world.
Our programming is there, our curriculum is there. We've responded to changes and suggestions from things like the STEM initiatives and the next generation science standards. It's time for our labs. It's time for our labs to be where we need them to be.
We need to do improvements. We need to do infrastructure improvements, but also to take advantage of the modern needs of education.
We need some help with some of these creative endeavors with the aquaponics and the greenhouse and the robotics and all the stuff that our students deserve to be able to attempt in a real, authentic manner.
You can't go through a Jesuit education and not get that sense of you want to care for the people. It's not that you have to, but you want to.
Jesuits are not afraid to take chances. And that's something that I have gotten from the Jesuit emphasis on education. Let's try it. Let's fail at it. Let's celebrate that. Let's learn from it. And let's move on in a really fantastic, better, more creative way. That's when the learning occurs.
The Go Forth campaign is going to be an enabler for them to just reach their goals, reach their growth, reach their potential.
No institution like Sluh, regardless of what it's done in the past, can rest on its laurels. And for those of us who love the school, if we want to keep it vital and relevant in the 21st century, this campaign is critical.
A campaign to solicit financial support is not simply to collect dollars, but to collect an investment in education and spirituality of young men.
Now is the time to act with great generosity to take care of our school today so that it can continue to be a leader for tomorrow.
To become a model for the nation and the world.
We are called to go forth for the greater glory of God.
To pursue new opportunities.
To make a difference in the community.
To care for the whole person.
We are called to go forth for academic achievement and faith formation.
To honor our rich tradition and history.
With an undaunted will to achieve greatness.
We are called to go forth